Well, good afternoon, everybody, and the panelists. I'm supposed to be standing in for our chair, Dr. Maithani, who's done a lot of good work, in fact, in the MNRE for the energy storage side and the national mission that has been recently announced for the solar side. So he's been very plugged in. It's probably, we are going to miss him today at this session. So as the sort of stand-in chair, let me sort of introduce this subject. This subject is all about energy storage. And I don't want you to just leave the thing that it's storage for just solar PV. It could be storage for other things as well. It could be storage behind the meter. It could be storage for the grid. It could be storage for electric vehicles. It could be storage also with PV. And then Rahul and I have the privilege of working on a project which will be released shortly, the study of which is for solar PV and energy storage. In other words, how much of storage will be required should India achieve its target for the solar RTPV target that it wants to do. So that's a separate one. We'll talk about that. But I think all I want to leave you is there's a whole bunch of bullet points here, but there are two things that come to my mind. One is the business model for energy storage and the Indian context within the regulatory system. This is a struggle even in every country that we've been operating in, and it's going to be no different for India. So the key question is it has to come to grips. This morning I had meetings with two of them, and it's going to be a tough subject. What is energy storage? Is it a generator? Is it a load? Is it both? And so it's an issue. The second one is around its business models as to what constitutes strategic, what constitutes nice to have, what constitutes ROI. And in some places we have also taken strategic as well, and then said, okay, it's good to go forward with such concepts. Second question is energy storage required? And my answer will be yes. We have put many back in our countries. It is much faster than most peaking plants. It can give you a very good ramp rate, such that your total capacity kept for such applications can be halved, if not made 1/3. And the other question is the fact that you have multiple technologies, some decoupled capacity with energy and some not decoupled, and you'll hear some of the speakers talk about that. And it's good to have that because each one has got a niche application. There is no one size fits all, even though there is one dominant technology. And I'm glad that will be talked about here today, which is where the world is sort of moving because you can scale up and you can do many things with it. But don't lose the fact that other energy storage technologies also is equally valid. So with that, let me now change my hat into the moderator's role.